You're right, guys. Okay, so yeah, nice quick start to the day. A little bit rocky, but yeah, as you can see, this oil trade was perfect. Um, in and out, nice and quick. So yeah, it's got potential to continue down, but we're out. Not messing about here. No, we're looking at crypto. Those PCE prices they come in hot, so um, yeah, hot PCE prices. Not seeing that inflation data coming down really. Obviously, given a bit of volatility here to Bitcoin risk on assets. Now, realistically, I'm looking for a potential break of this 100 moving average on the 4 hour. If we're able to break through here, I'll probably be looking at coming down to this previous structure down here. So yeah, 23,350 would be a nice target to chase. But yeah, we do need to break through this level. But yeah, this oil trade, very nice. Very, very, very nice. Straight into structure here. Seeing a little bit of rebound. Still got potential to come down, but yeah, like I said, we're in and out nice and quick. No messing about. See if we can end the week on a high note. Gotta keep a close eye on these crypto trades. Alright, so I've got all the links out. Just look at that. Absolutely flying. Huge, 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 huge move. Those are just joining us. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Nova, what's up, bro? Morning, good morning. I hope everything's okay on your side of things. A little bit of a rocky start with some of those crypto shorts. Last night was just a whole load of nothing. Bitcoin really just setting up some structure, as you can see here. Holding this level of support, right? So kind of giving you a bit of false hope. Rebounding, trying to push back up, coming back down, and just simply sticking to that level. And now making a push down. Now those PCE prices are big numbers. Okay, they've gone back up rather than actually decline. So yeah, things aren't looking good, and that narrative of a potential 0.5 coming in on the next rate hike is on the cards, especially after those figures. Those that are just joining us, welcome, welcome, welcome. Good afternoon. See what we can get here. Yeah, we got in and got out nice and quick off on this oil trade. Still got potential to come down. Okay, on the high time frame, still got a lot of potential. But yeah, we're not interested. We're in and out nice and quick, cashing in those profits. I think we made something like 30 something pips on here. So yeah, we're at this previous structure, so might be looking at a little bit of support here and bouncing back up. Now, in terms of crypto, we're playing it a little bit longer. We've got 3 minutes until this New York Open. Hopefully we can get a nice continuation. We're still holding onto some nice structure here, so hopefully we can breach this previous level of support here, or this previous structure of support. If so, yeah, we should see a nice reaction. Stops are nice and tight, so minimal risk for today. We're not messing about too much. Obviously, it is Friday. Volume's going to naturally tail off over the course No, obviously because we receive PCE prices, getting some volatility, so we get a little bit of volatility hopefully on that New York Open, and then yeah, let's see if we can break some levels, get some trades. Those that are just joining us, obviously not with us. Okay, we have gone short on Bitcoin, so let's see if we can get a breakthrough. Yeah, keeping our stop relatively tight as you can see. So, still seeing very weak buy side coming in. Those PCE numbers were massive, massive PCE numbers. Let's get a little bit of radio in the background. Let's see what's happening. Okay. Alright, this is the opportunity for the sellers to make a move. See if we can get something here. A little bit of a reaction, yeah. Still looking okay. Very weak buy side. Very weak buy side. Alright. Go. What's happening here? Massive green candle. Massive. To be fair, it might be worth actually checking out some of these equity markets, seeing how far down they're pulling back. Are they back at structure or not? Just look at that. We're past that 200. Massive moves. These equity markets are looking very bearish. S&P back into structure now. Yeah. Could have a massive short on our hands here. If it continues to make that move down. I mean, massive red day for equities. Massive red day. See if we can hold this level. Right, we're going to add a little bit of margin in a second to our trades. See if we can hold some of these levels of resistance here. If so, then we're in the good. If not, then I think I will just let crypto do its thing. It's not really moving with market dynamics right now. This rebound here is just a bit stupid.
you're right on because the combination of the excessive fiscal stimulus and monetary stimulus is what drove excess demand and the higher inflation. So when I think
Mhm.
back uh,
Mhm.
2020,
Mhm.
that's when I started signaling, watch out, inflation's going to come roaring back. And the Fed's model, um, you plug in an extra 2 trillion in fiscal stimulus in um, Biden's March 2021 package, and it didn't even move the dial on their inflation forecast or their economic growth forecast. So you had this huge bulge in household uh, disposable income, a large portion of which was spent, some was saved, and now it's still trickling out and needless. So you had a six
Alright,
and a half
that's where we got our
two
stop
trillion
loss.
bulge in M2, and now people are spending.
Mhm.
And
Right, if we can hold on to this level of resistance or these current levels, then we'll see we can add a little bit of margin here. There's going to be a little bit of volatility because dollar index is looking like it's
still
finding a little bit of resistance here.
inflation. So Tom, if the funds rate is negative in real terms, is monetary policy really restrictive now?
There we go.
The
That's
answer
a
is
Paul.
no.
That's a Mickey Levy I used. Jump in here, Paul. That's a Dr. Levy I used to know.
So, Mickey, I mean, given the inflation data we saw today, hot pretty much across the board, I guess you could characterize it. That gives it plenty of leeway for this Federal Reserve to go higher for longer. What's your call on what our Federal Reserve is going to do over the next several meetings?
Paul, here I have to distinguish between what they ought to do and what they're likely to do.
Okay.
They ought to move 50 basis points. That's what I wrote in a report last week. Um, and once again, they should be focusing on the real funds rate, not the nominal funds rate. And so
Still
they should
weak,
move
weak, weak, weak,
50
weak, weak,
to
weak.
reinforce
Buy
further
side.
inflation fighting credibility and to slow aggregate demand in the economy. Once again, note with today's
Yeah.
number, you've got
What a
nominal
trade. What a trade.
is growing way too rapidly,
See if we can
What's
pull
your
something on the
nominal
crypto side of things. That would be lovely to end the week.
What's your nominal GDP number
Mhm,
by
mhm,
month?
mhm, mhm,
okay.
mhm.
In the fourth quarter, it was 6.5. This
Yeah.
quarter, it's going to be another over 6 with
Feels
the
great.
consumption number. It's too rapid. That what that means is you've got too much aggregate demand, which is providing businesses the pricing flexibility to
Right.
raise prices. You have to slow demand. Now, what the Fed's likely to do, I think they're likely to
Well, let's see if we
hold
can
rather than 50
break
basis
through these
points.
lows
It's
here.
a very interesting tug and pull, between the hawks and the doves
Well,
on the fiscal
I don't. And I should point out, Dr. Levy's not on the short list to be vice chairman, to say the least. Mickey Levy, what's important to me, and I've switched to a 3-month annualized study here. Things are moving so rapidly. Do you ascribe to a rapid descent in disinflation once we get there? Or do you look a la Wayne Angel at battling a more pernicious inflation from another time?
Tom, I do expect inflation to come down. I do not expect it to come down as rapidly as the Fed is predicting or as rapidly as the market hopes. So, yes, we're going to see like the biggest component, the shelter cost, OER, and rental cost. That's going to peak, over late spring, and then it's going to start to roll over, and that'll bring inflation down. But keep in mind, um, nominal spending growth is still too rapid, and then once that comes down, it takes a while for prices to adjust. So I think if you look at the 3-month annualized, yeah, it's going to come down from where we are. But
Okay.
the big question is the Fed, when the Fed talks about the need to get inflation back to 2, right? Are they believable? Do you think they really want to keep raising rates until they get
Right.
inflation down to 2?
So, Mickey, I mean, I guess I guess
Mhm,
that raises another question:
mhm.
is the recession is that off the table?
No, it's not. Now, keep in mind, we had a decline in consumption in November, December, and now we get this big bulge. We got big bulge. Look at all the data
Mhm,
sets
mhm.
for January. Employment, retail sales, the ISMs were all up strongly. consumption.
Just not playing ball today.
We should see some retrenchment. So this piece of data today gets consumption and GDP, off to the racetrack in Q1. But I think things are going to simmer
Right.
down. And so between now and the
Yeah.
next FOMC meeting, we get another round
Okay.
of retail sales employment.
Yeah. Mickey, I got one question left, and it's all the time we got for. I'm so sorry. The raging debate, and folks, my book of the summer is Olivier Blanchard, really looking at the fiscal ramifications.
Yeah.
Of
All right, we're closing out.
of our economy. It's a metaphor. It's like an adult.
Not playing ball.
And,
It's
and
just
we'll
not
talk
playing
about
ball
that
today.
at the summer. But Mickey, the heart of the matter is well back in Williams of 2001 is where do we settle out? I would suggest Mr. McCullough and Meltzer and Carnegie Mellon and the great Carl Brunner of the Swiss in Rochester would have said years ago, we're going to settle out in an unanchored, higher inflation rate. Is that baked in now? The 2%?
Right, we're gonna look elsewhere. Crypto just is not playing ball with us today, so we'll leave it to do its own thing. So we'll look at the FX market.
A reliable estimate of R star. Once again, the real funds rate is negative. How much more is the Fed willing to hike, even if it involves a slower economy and higher employment? Keep in mind, employment's been roaring ahead. It's going to slow, and so we should expect it to slow down. And then the issue is how much more does the Fed wish to pursue it? So we are not destined to have inflation at 3% or 2%. It's going to depend on the Fed, and then things work with a lag. And keep in mind, conducting policy in real time as these data bounce around. Real time.
All right, let's have a little look at. Have a little look at the other markets. See if we can get something else. Yeah.
The 2-year yield, 4.80%. It is back 16 years. Wow. Also, wow. With our news in New York City, here's Michael Barr.
I mean, natural gas has pulled back a huge amount, so I mean, a rebound could be something that we potentially could catch.
So, Maury, our support to Ukraine risks triggering escalation, but there are no risk-free options, and the biggest risk of all is if President Putin wins.
In Ukraine, President Zelensky pledges
Seen some nice buy side.
2023. China called for a ceasefire between Russia and Ukraine in a 12-point proposal for ending the war. It appears to have little chance of winning broad support. It includes a ceasefire measure which would freeze Russian troops in place on Ukrainian territory. A senior congressional Democrat says House Speaker Kevin McCarthy giving security video of the January 6th riots. Fox host Tucker Carlson could imperil security. Representative Zoe Lofgren of California said giving Carlson the video will not enable Republicans to unwind the truth of that day's violence.
You'd have to ask McCarthy what his motivations are, but it does appear, based on what he said publicly, that he made a promise to the extremists in his caucus to grant access to Carlson.
Representative Lofgren spoke on Bloomberg Radio Sound On. Finally, baseball is back. Spring training games officially begin this afternoon. First game, Texas, is at Kansas City at 3:05 p.m. And then tomorrow, the Yankees are at the Phillies. The Mets are at the Astros. But wait, if you order now, it's a double-double Saturday because the Mets will then host the Marlins. The Reds, I would never forget about Utah. The Reds.
What a break.
Braves,
What a break.
Baltimore, Washington, San Francisco, Oakland.
How long do pitchers go for this early in spring training? Like literally an inning or like 3 batters?
There's not much left in it.
I think you want to get out there.
first.
Yeah.
Like who's Verlander with this year? Is he with Detroit?
No, I don't think so. I think
Oh, okay.
he might have come.
Like, does Verlander just sit for a week, or is he going to get out there and throw
It
the
wouldn't surprise me if
Ba,
he did.
ba, 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 da,
in
ba.
which uniform?
Boy, I gotta get this mud off my face. The mud pie. but it's exciting. This is gonna be.
Are they going to have a pitch clock? I mean,
Yeah,
frankly,
yes,
you watch
that's
spring
the big-
training,
That really is
All the new
especially why
rules.
I want to see the rules.
ugly bases.
Yeah, I want to see the pizza boxes out there. I want to see all this. What takes place
Today,
is
like if I watch MLB, you know,
3:05.
me and Vet Bill sitting there 3:05. We're going to watch a pitch clock.
Are you
Yep.
gonna have a pitch clock?
Wow.
I
Yeah,
may
that's
have to
gonna be
cancel
good.
the surveillance
That's gonna
nap.
Exactly. This is gonna be must-see TV.
It's
This.
important. Push
So these could be like 2-hour games, a little over 2 hours. Something like that.
I could see
Hour
2.5.
40 minutes.
Yeah, yeah. Great wishing.
Can you just say to the man, you know, we'll talk later about this, but to the managers, you can only have 5 pitchers a game. You know, all 18 relievers, it's gone. Michael Barr, Bloomberg Business and Sports. It's going to be an interesting spring, to say the least. We're down.
Could potentially have a short, yeah.
Paul Sweeney and Tom Keenan on Friday. Stay with us. This is Bloomberg.
From New York, another update on Wall Street. In fact, records to London.
UK businesses are feeling the effects of higher prices.
To Hong Kong, the Hang Seng down about 1.3% right now. 24/7 business and market news that expands your worldview.
Bruno Le Maire, always nice to see you, French finance minister.
I'm much more concerned about how things flow out of China.
Bloomberg Radio, the Bloomberg Business app, and BloombergRadio.com. Bloomberg, the world is listening.
These are the sounds of a dinner. A dinner that almost didn't happen. A dinner now served thanks to people like you. Due to COVID-19, 17 million more Americans may face hunger. Feeding America is helping our neighbors in need. And if you're able, you can too. Donations are being accepted at feedingamerica.org/coronavirus. Brought to you by the Ad Council and Feeding America, 200 food banks strong.
Get the news you need to start your day in just 15 minutes.
We begin with reaction to the most recent Fed minutes.
We continue our coverage of a year of war in Ukraine.
Wake up with Bloomberg Daybreak, U.S. edition.
Beijing says the U.S. sent balloons over its territory.
LeBron James hoping to get his team into the postseason.
Available now on your podcast feed.
Each weekday morning at 6 a.m. Eastern.
The minutes didn't state the word disinflation.
Subscribe to Bloomberg Daybreak, U.S. edition, today on Apple, Spotify, and everywhere you get your podcasts.
Some bonds last a lifetime.
All right, let's see how these buyers come in. If they come in weak, could see a nice little short position here.
To create opportunities for investors in every market environment. So no matter what happens, you can build the bonds that mean the most to you.
Ba, ba, ba.
Learn more at pimco.com/bonds. All investments contain risk and may lose value. Consult your investment professional before investing.
Markets, headlines, and breaking news 24 hours a day
At Bloomberg.com.
on Bloomberg Television
And the Bloomberg Business app.
This is a Bloomberg Business Flash.
It's 9:46 on Wall Street. I'm Karen Moscow, and stocks are slumping after a hotter than estimated inflation read that added to the case for the Federal Reserve to keep rates higher for longer.
Absolutely plummeting.
Looks slimmer. The S&P 500 is down 1.5%. That's adding to its third straight week of losses, the longest losing streak this year. And we're also watching the 2-year rate yield. It's hit 4.8% right now. The yield on the 2-year, 4.81%.
Dodgy.
That's the highest since 2007.
Wait.
Also climbing, and we check the markets all day long here on Bloomberg. The S&P 500 is down 1.5%, as I said, down 62 points at 3949. The Dow Jones Industrial Average down 1.4%, down 461 points at 32,691. And the Nasdaq's down about 2%, on 224 points at 11,365. 10-year Treasury, 20-30 seconds yield 3.95%, and again the yield on the 2-year 4.81%. NYMEX crude oil is down 1.6% on $1.20 at $74.15 a barrel. COMEX gold is down
What can we get here?
$10.30 at
Can we get
18.70 an ounce. The euro 1.0542 against the dollar. The yen 136.3 630, and that's a Bloomberg Business Flash. Tom and Paul.
Karen, thanks.
All right, we're taking that shot.
Of engineering, when you are a high level
Mhm.
is the mathiness of it all. All I will say here on a busy Friday is Cornell owns the mathiness of the geometry. Professor, I have a treasured textbook from Ithaca on what's called topology, which is basically the challenges of three-dimensional geometry. MIT and Cornell own it. And when you look at credit dynamics, it really helps when you will walk into the Double E building in Ithaca on a Friday morning, a February morning, and it was 12 below zero.
Exactly.
Phil Brednall survived that.
He survived that, and yet he is an electrical engineer, Cornell, masters. I mean, just crazy stuff. I mean, a math geek of the highest order.
This
He covers this.
crypto does not want to play ball, does it?
Phil, it's opening.
Holding.
Sweeney's World.
Exactly. So let's talk. It's the first day of spring training baseball, Phil, and what most people in the country, most fans of the local baseball team don't realize is there's a company out there called Diamond Sports Group, and they own, under the brand name of Bally's, most of the regional sports networks out there in the country, across the country, and that's the good part. The bad part is they're in financial distress in a big way. Tell us who Diamond Sports
Pretty
is,
weak.
and tell us what the problem is.
Sure.
See if we can get a little bit of a sell off, yeah.
Yeah, my days of Cornell electrical engineering are well behind me, but always in the back of my head. So Diamond Sports, in 2019, they had revenue of about 3.6 billion. As you said, there's about 45 teams that they are, producing teams for. Back in 2019, that EBITDA was 1.3 billion. Now it's down to 240 million at the end of September.
And Phil, is that primarily because of the cord cutting and all that kind of stuff?
It's a number of things. I mean, I think when they purchased it, there was about 66 million subscribers that they were being paid, close to $4 for, and now that's shrunk because down to 50 million. There's people like distributors like Dish and YouTube and Hulu Live Sports who also drop them. But generally, it's a lot of cord cutting.
And Phil, I mean, I guess for investors, I mean, a name they might know is Sinclair Broadcast Group is I guess, comes with a technical term, but Sinclair Broadcast Group is the largest owner of TV stations in this country. They decided to get into this regional sports network, I guess, just at the absolute wrong time. Is that kind of the story?
Yeah, I think they're closed. I think they closed in the third quarter of 2019, post the quarter pandemic. We're also right ahead of cord cutting, just really picking up. And so,
Come on, give me something.
done was they kept it as a separate credit silo. And recall that these were all properties that Department of Justice,
Make or break.
ESPN,
Make or break.
sports market. We had to get rid of these when they purchased Fox. And they did it mostly with debt. There's about, just to go over the debt stack here, because it's pretty, there's about $8.8 billion of debt.
That's a lot of hot dogs.
Yeah.
So Phil, is this a Chapter 11 thing? If there is a Chapter 11 risk here, are
Well, hopefully we can break through this low here. If we're able to break through that low, we'll move our stop loss straight to break even and be risk free. It's going to be a little bit of a rebound, obviously. See if we can hold this level. Wick on the top. Be a nice indication that things want to move a little bit lower. So, yeah, let's see if the euro wants to play.
from Diamond Sports and then NBA and NHL.
Yeah, but the heart of the matter, Phil, and just because of time, it's radio, Phil. We're not going for an hour. It's not a lecture, Cornell. And the bottom line, Phil, is there's a force majeure moment. They may go Chapter 11, whatever. But it's all
Nice wick, nice wick, nice wick.
So in your world, is it about alternative investment guys buying a bond priced at 100 for 21 cents on the dollar? Or is that a fiction government, Congress people, whatever, are going to step in and say, let's fix this? And do you predict that this will be fixed over the coming seasons?
I think this has been going on, unless there's a lot going on behind the scenes, and I don't think there is. I think this is going to be a pretty ugly
Go on. There we go.
component, and I think
Here we go.
motions for reject
Just need a nice little break.
it gets ugly, and typical stress.
If it fails to break, then probably look at just cashing out. Okay, give me something.
Mets aren't included here, but
Okay.
they own equity in the Yes Network, but that's not part of this. That would be
Okay, but I saw an essay, the Twins.
Alright, we can get it to break even now. No faffing around here. Let's get it.
Did you have a brass plaque at the Rangovian Embassy in Trumansburg? Were you there so much at the Rango that they gave you a brass plaque at the bar?
I don't know what that's about.
Phil, thank you so much. You know, everyone knows it. Phil Brendel, thank you so much there on Distress Credit as well. Rango's not there anymore.
No, I can't. That was an 80s thing?
Yeah, well, yeah, 70s, 80s.
Well, at least we'll break even, risk free. I was hoping on trying to catch something on crypto, but I mean, realistically, it's really not playing ball with us. It's just failing to break through lower. Just continues to stick to this level. If it continues, and the sell side doesn't come in, this is literally just gonna make a large move back to the top of the range. Very, very, very mixed bag of kind of emotions. PC prices today gone up. Saw a nice little kind of push down. Realistically, should be seeing a bit more of a reaction off that, but just not really moving kind of in sync with the dollar, because the dollar's absolutely flown, whereas Bitcoin is hardly moving. So yeah, there's not much we can do. It's just been very tightly ranged, kind of broke out. Yeah, it's a bit awkward. Alright, we're gonna close this off as well. I don't need to be in that anymore. And take our profit. Okay. See if we can get anything else. This is rebounded.
Welcome to your advisor advantage. Welcome to Commonwealth. To learn more, visit commonwealth.com. Commonwealth Financial Network. Member FINRA/SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Neil Armstrong waited 6 hours and 39 minutes to step onto the surface.
Everything's really, really struggling.
20 months to play.
I need movement.
And even DiCaprio had to wait 22 years to win in
Give me some volatility. Was it Zalchko? Hello, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Feel free to message us anything in the chat. More than welcome, or more than happy to answer any questions. Yeah, I mean, we're limited, very, very limited. Very, 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 very limited. Okay. Okay. Can we get back in? Alright, we are. Nothing is playing ball. Give me a juicy short. Hey, I'm wondering what type of patterns are you using to do TA? I mean, patterns are patterns, okay? If you're on about trade patterns, I mean, it's a general sort of topic. So head and shoulders, double bottoms. If that's what you mean, I mean, yeah, you use all of them. You have your reversal, your continuation, your bilateral patterns. Now, if you're on about general TA or my style of mapping out TA, it's price action orientated. So supply and demand zones. You got your moving averages, your volume. Yeah, your trend lines, your ranges, Wyckoffs, Fibonacci's. That's what I trade. Nice and simple, no need to overcomplicate things. And having a whole load of indicators. Okay, so it's just simple price action. Okay, candle action as well as the relationship with your volume. Okay, so we use volume, price action, and supply and demand zones, so like your order blocks. Hopefully that answered your question. Gotta run, thanks. Alright, perfect, Brian. See you later. Yeah, I'll see you in about an hour ish. I'm a beginner within trading. I was thinking about starting with scalping. Any tips? Yeah. I mean, if you're a very new beginner, I mean, you need to really just learn the basics and get the basics on lock. Otherwise, if you're trying to do things all by yourself and learning all by yourself, one, you're going to learn majority of lessons the hard way, and that is simply by losing your account. So yeah, the best thing for you to advance quickly and get to that position is by learning someone who knows it. But if you're deciding not to do that, then yeah, risk management, make sure that's on point. And yeah, I mean, use your top-down method. Okay, so multi-time frame analysis, but top-down. So go from your higher time frames, map out your key levels, and then move down into the lower time frames. Okay. But yeah, just trade your key levels. Okay, that's probably the easiest and most simple way for a beginner to trade. because learning everything else is going to take time, especially if you're doing it by yourself. But yeah, get on the high time frame. Just map out your key levels of support and resistance. So, I mean, it's a little bit busier here. What are the basics? The basics are, so your risk management basic, your support and resistance, your basic, mapping out market structure. Okay, and this is where people kind of get a little bit confused. Okay, so what do you consider where support and resistance is, and then what do you consider a breakout from that structure? Okay, that's what I mean by mapping market structure. And that's something that you actively change as prices develop, breakthrough levels, and yeah, moving averages, relatively basic, kind of adds an extra layer of confluence on your chart. Psychology, also understanding markets move in cycles. Okay, so understanding obviously the structure of a bull trend, your higher highs, your higher lows, understanding the structure of your bear trend, your lower lows, your lower highs. Yeah, and also kind of understanding the market that you're trading within, in case understanding what are the fundamentals that impact and that you should be following day in, day out. Trade sessions. There's a lot of stuff that you need to kind of get on lock, and that are considered basics. By the way, guys, thank you for the follows. Very much appreciate it.
This is your daily reminder from Innovation Refunds. The sacrifices you've made keeping your employees on payroll from the pandemic are not forgotten. Check the potential refund your small to medium-sized businesses may be eligible to receive. Employee retention credit, no upfront cost. Learn more at getrefunds.com. That's what I was going to tell you. Yeah, got to get the business done. All right, well, this is Market Drivers. It's brought to you by Innovation Refunds.
We got that move. Am I scalping right now? Yes and no. I'm more looking at kind of overall direction, just playing it out, and hoping for a move down. Now, obviously, scalping is kind of very, very much short term, and you're just trading off support and resistance, right? So it's at support here. You'll be looking, okay, maybe I'm looking for a long just to move up to my next level of short-term resistance, and then cash off, and then look for a move back down. Now, yeah, I do move between scalping and kind of day trading, but yeah, I guess today isn't giving us too much opportunity. How long does it usually take to do your TA and then enter a trade? Not that long. Yeah, TA doesn't take long. Okay, it's just looking for the right opportunity. So I can do a TA on a chart, Doesn't look quite good. It's signaling I need to wait a little bit longer, so I'll move on to the next one. But normally, probably a couple of minutes, 2-3 minutes, not too much. Ba, 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 ba. Da, 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 da.
This could turn out to be, if this support holds, and right now it's holding, this could be turn out to be one of those really hated rallies because people are expecting, have expectations that aren't necessarily playing out in the real world. Like, I don't know about you guys, but like when I go out there, it's bonkers in terms of like buying and restaurants, and like I'm not seeing like, yeah, the prices.
My
People
kids
are
today,
buying it.
first time I Penn Station here in a long time. It was 50% more. I mean, was it a yellow cab? Yes. Good for you. Yes.
Well, I take a yellow cab pretty much every morning. I also talk to my cab drivers about, is it, like, what are they seeing in terms of,
Yeah, I mean,
city dumpy, but one yesterday said about the economy. But yeah, the
And I think it's going to be sticky, but who knows? Okay. Abigail Doolittle, thank you so much for joining us. You cover the markets for Bloomberg Television, radio, news, all that kind of good stuff. We appreciate you coming in here. All right, it is, the 1-year anniversary of the invasion of Ukraine by Russia, and it's great to try to get some perspective here as we look back on the year and maybe think about what's coming up.
yeah, I mean, obviously it's Friday as well. Naturally, there's not going to be too much volume, okay, going into the end of the week. So yeah, it's unfortunate. And yeah, things are just moving a bit too slow for my liking. I need some faster paced movement. I'm just not getting it.
In the Navy, with experience in security strategy, you've got so much experience. When you look back on this last year in Ukraine,
Dollar index is slightly coming up to resistance now. It's kind of struggling. So I wouldn't be surprised if maybe things start to kind of turn around a little bit, build up some structure. But again, I'm not in that business. What type of TA do you do? Do you just recognize patterns and look at so again, mainly price action. Okay, so supports of supply and demand zones. Okay, so where the volume is held at. Yeah, price action using volume. I mean, the indicators now, these are just for confirmation, so your accumulation distribution as well as your RSI, but you won't see me using that too much. And then, yeah, just quite literally price action off supply and demand zones. It's nice and simple.
Somewhere between, a megalomaniac dictator and a cornered animal, why would anyone think he has any reason to get out other than total loss for him?
Yeah, I think that's the difficulty here. I mean, this is definitely a choice by Putin to have invaded Ukraine. I think there's some difficulty associated with the U.S. geopolitical position and that of our Western allies that we didn't really be more forceful during the annexation of Crimea. I think that set a precedent. Unfortunately, the precedent here that is most important, and what I think is most important for the international community, is upholding this.
But yeah, literally just trading price action, guys. I mean, go looking at these key levels of supply and demand. Where's my strong resistance? Where's my strong support? And we just play it. See kind of how markets are reacting at those key levels. See if volumes are contributing in that space, and then just yeah, again just moving down from top down method using your higher time frames to map out obviously your key levels, and then moving down. As you can see, I mean, Bitcoin's in a range now, right? So this is kind of your more short-term support right here. This is kind of the level that you're looking at for breaking. and then just playing it to the next level of support. So you got this previous structure here, and you got your 200 moving average. So that's where, if I see a break, if I see that volume kind of picking up on the sell side for a break through this level here, I'll just play it to the next level of support, right? And then I'll assess the situation again. If the sellers continue to look strong, then I'll play it for a continuation. If not, then I'll play for the rebound. Yeah, so the lines that are on my screen are support and resistance, right? But this is kind of where I'm mapping out my market structure. So these are my short term. Okay, I've got on the high time frame, obviously the top and bottom of this range that Bitcoin's playing within. These zones that you'll see on my screen are called order blocks. So your supply and demand zones, where's the liquidity and the volume being held at. So you'll see zones on my TA, and that's your order blocks, right? So you'll see it over and over again. Okay, and yeah, that's basically what you play to. You're trading or checking the market. Okay, so I'm trading. I'm checking the market. I'm not in any positions right now. So we took a short position on oil. Okay, from up here, played it down, took some closed the position, took the profit here. Very nice trade. Just a second ago, we took a short on euro pound. It just started to slow down. So we took some profit on that one. It wasn't huge, but we took some out. I already made $90 out of it, and I got out. Do you suggest going more shorts once it breaks support levels? For me personally, I am not getting involved. It's just not playing ball now. It could very well push down towards probably 23.6 if it continues. But yeah, it's not moving how I'd like it to personally. And the markets are very much data dependent and data driven. So yeah, at the moment, I mean, I'm not playing the break. If I was playing the break, I would have ideally wanted an entry somewhere up here and just kind of watch the market. Just because, again, end of the week, you're seeing kind of the dollar being quite volatile. So Bitcoin isn't playing ball as much as it would normally. So you could very much hold this level here and rebound back up, or even push down here and rebound. So yeah, I'm just sitting on the sidelines for now. Yeah, not interested. This week has been a pretty alright week. I mean, crypto hasn't really played nice too much, but all in all, I mean, we managed to capitalize on some nice moves. Yeah, and the FX and commodity space has treated us quite nice this week as well. So, yeah. Just too much messing around. US dollar, Japanese yen. Yes, I can take a look at that, no problem. But I'm pretty sure we took a short on USD, Euro, JPY. Pretty sure, yeah, it was yeah. What was it? USD, JPY. Let's have a little look. So, I mean, we're at kind of this level, trying to break through. You've got your kind of top right there. Right, the way that I'd like to map out market structure is from top of the wicks as well as the candle bodies, right? So, if I was to look for a long, I'd take my profit at the candle bodies, right? But it's just worthwhile just mapping out that structure. Do you think crypto forex trading is best? I heard forex is more reliable. trade both. The good thing with getting skilled enough to move between markets is that if, for instance, Bitcoin and crypto can be very temperamental. So sometimes it's worth, okay, let crypto build some structure and I'll move over to the FX, the commodities, the stocks, the equities markets, and trade. But yeah, they trade differently. So it's also understanding the different dynamics. What if we're looking for a short on JPY? Is that relatable? Do you mean relatable to crypto, right? So the way that crypto kind of works, right? It's considered a risk-on asset. So you keep an eye on the dollar index. So if the dollar index pushes up higher, normally what you'll see is risk-on assets kind of falling down, right? So I mean, in that sense, so you will look at, okay, what's happening with the dollar. If you got an FX pair with the dollar, then if it increases in value, then obviously it will follow suit, right? But that's about it. They won't be. It's not, the FX spaces aren't considered as risk on. Okay, whereas Bitcoin is, equities are risk on assets. Okay, so they have different dynamics. Now, if I'm looking for a short here, it's got nothing to do really with it will actually be the opposite, because what you will see for a short on Bitcoin or crypto in general is the dollar index actually pushing up in value. So for this one, if the dollar pushes up in value, this will also push up in value. So yeah, not relatable in that sense. As a beginner, what stocks do you know to look for? Is it random or is it part of a strat? Yes and no. Okay. If you're trading stocks, okay, so you want to be following obviously the earnings. Okay, so when you kind of expecting earnings to come out, then it kind of gives you a little bit of leeway. Okay, I'm expecting earnings to come out from Apple or Microsoft this week, so you kind of have a little bit of guidance as to what you should be looking for. But yeah, just the best way of doing it, just build up a watch list of everything, and just get in the habit of just first thing, just having a little scout through, seeing what kind of looks good, and you just build up a pipeline. And then as the day kind of moves, you kind of break down that pipeline a little bit more. But yeah, you got to get used to also kind of looking at the economic calendar ahead of the week. That's very much going to impact what you're going to look at. So yeah, for instance, like my crypto watch list is just huge, right? And I've just got absolutely everything. But yeah, just getting in the habit of going through it regularly, and then you start keeping a mental note as well of what kind of looked good, what doesn't look good. But yeah, going back to the dollar, Japanese yen, I mean, we're at this level of resistance. So, I mean, obviously, as you can see, we're pulling back nicely. Now, again, you've got to visualize kind of these levels and these ranges, especially if you're a scalper. That's what you kind of want to be looking for. Okay, so this is your local resistance, your local support. You can just play it up and down. Now, if you get a break through this level, obviously we got that 100 there. If you break, then you just play it to next level of support, right? There's a nice order block. There's some liquidity being held right here as well as over here. So you got two levels to play to if it breaks through, right? So yeah, that's basically how you kind of want to look at things. When you look for a short or long trade, do you look if in a downtrend or uptrend? Yeah, 100%. That's where I go back to the top-down analysis, right? You use your higher time frame to map out your strong levels and your key levels of support and resistance. Now, if price is near one of those key levels of support and resistance, then that's something that you will keep an eye on. because it's either going to see a good reaction from that point, if it's a breakout, if it's a reversal. So you got some structure to play to, but yeah, you should always kind of use the high time frame and kind of realize, okay, what's the overall structure of the market. Bull trend structure, obviously, like that. You got your sequence of higher highs and your higher lows, right? So using the high time frame, you will see that. And okay, so for instance here, okay, it's created a higher high. Now, naturally, what you will get is a creation of a higher low. So you know on the lower time frame that you could be looking for shorts to play to that new formation of that higher low, or you can just wait it out and look for that creation of that higher low and then play it to the next sequence. And markets will move like that. So for instance, now we're seeing that turnaround again, right? So realistically, we should be looking, okay, is there a lower high being formed for then it's to create? And now you got structure, okay. And yeah, that's basically kind of the basics and the simple form. By the way, guys, thank you for the follows. Very much appreciated. Well, Bitcoin's making a move. As you can see, I mean, you're seeing a bit of a compression on the low time frame on the dollar. Okay. See if you can get something out of here. I mean, you see the nice pullback. And again, I mean, things are pulling back here and Bitcoin's moving down. So it's not really moving forward. Is this your job? It is my job. Yes. Luckily, it is my job. Yeah, I do this full time. So seeing a little bit of a breakout. So let's see what we can get. Seeing some nice volume coming in. Just realistically, right, we should be seeing a bit of a stronger reaction to the downside on crypto, and we're just really not getting it. Just struggling. I mean, you're getting that volume as well. If anyone is in short, I mean, play it. Probably would take a little bit of profit here and just play it to the next level and cash out about 23,350-ish. Yeah. We're at this structure. I guess the main thing to take is the wider range that we're moving within at the moment. And we're just at this natural level of support. But yeah, I think, I guess also kind of bear in mind, I mean, it's the 24th of Feb, so we haven't got much long left for the month. So naturally, kind of see a little bit of movement. So yeah. Is there any way to withdraw money from Binance wallets to Forex Station to start trading Forex? Yeah, of course there is. Now it depends what country you're in. Now, if you're wanting guidance on that, you can give me a message privately because it's not as it's too simple. You might need to open up an account with a different crypto exchange so that you are able to withdraw. Again, it really does depend on the country that you're residing within. So yeah, if you're wanting to do that, just drop me a message and then hopefully I can help you out in that situation. When there is a long wick at the bottom of a red candle stick, doesn't that mean it's a higher risk and a greater reward? Nah, you're not on the right lines. It's not really about the risk or reward really. So if you're seeing huge wicks on like that, it's kind of the meaning behind it, right? So there's a natural level of support here. So what is that indicating to you? Okay, we're trending downwards here. Okay, huge push back up, huge wick on the bottom. What does that mean? That means obviously the buyers are starting to come in. And this is where I go back to using the very lower time frame, checking your volume, seeing the true value of the volume, whether it's buy, whether it's sell side. Okay, that's kind of what you get on a wick. So just wicks on the top or on the bottom of candles is just indicating that there's kind of extra volume coming in or extra orders coming in and pushing the market. Now again, it's not essentially that as simple as that, because it can indicate either reversals or continuations.
This is new. Our forecast still calls base case that we'll be in a mild recession, but it'll be one of those recessions where you really don't know if you're in or if you're out, and then a year later they'll come back and say, "Oh, remember Q4 22 and Q1 23?"
Yeah, I mean, by the looks of it, we've got the European close in about an hour and a half. Okay. But yeah, right. I'm going to have to cut it off here. I've got a call with a member. I've got a mentorship call in with a member in, shortly. So I've got to prep for that. So, yeah. But guys, thank you very much for joining me today. It's been an absolute pleasure. We cashed in on a trade, which is nice. Yeah, crypto, I guess the best information or the best advice I can kind of give is, unless you're already short and you've got an entry somewhere up here, play it to the bottom here. By the looks of it, it's kind of making that push. It's just being very, very slow today. If you're not in, just relax. There's no need to rush into it. See how price kind of reacts at the bottom of this range here. Could potentially see a long position playing out. But yeah, just sit on the sideline and just wait it out. Yeah, Monday will present you with a lot more new opportunities. But yeah, again, guys, thank you very much for joining, and wish you a lovely Friday and a weekend, and we shall touch base come Monday. Yeah, perfect. Cheers.